Ladies and gentlemen, the ugly face of political hypocrisy is what is being witnessed in this country now. I'm talking about a very important political observation I'm making in these corridors. Kenya Kwanza is mooting a proposal to withdraw from the bipartisan talks over a removal of Jalan'go or gender and the team that associated, or rather that defected to UDA from the ODM party. And pro-government MPs come lawyers are offering pro bono services, legal services, to the embattled, to the ejected ODM MPs, because according to them, they don't read party discipline, but they just read political discrimination or harassment. And I know ejection of Jalan'go, Ojenda, and Elisha and Ochanda from ODM party, it can be understood, or rather it can be looked at in through different lenses, depending on your political alienation. Those who support Raila probably will see party discipline. But again, pro-government side will see that people are being criminalized for supporting William Ruto. I want to say for the record that irrespective of how this goes, there is something that starts difference. There is a narrative that is emerged that Aisha Jumwa left ODM party and is now a CS. And Ababu Namwamba left ODM party and is now a CS. But what those people are not telling you is this. Since they left ODM party, is there any elective seat they have won? No. Aisha Juma lost the gubernatorial seat in Kilifi. The same to Namwamba. And they left. They could not get those positions. They could not win elective seats. So again, it can be spinned at anywhere. But I don't want to say that, of course, the ones that are now moving, the ones that have ejected, are going to lose. I'm reading political mischief from the government side. Kenya Kwanza charged Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega to eject Jeremiah Kioni, David Murade, and Uhuru Kenyatta from Jubilee Party, because according to the new Jubilee Party leaders, officials, Kegas and the Sabina Chege, Uhuru Kenyatta and the Kioni were actually associating with opposition side, and while themselves they're supporting government, which means that they are in government, but some of the officials are actually associating with the opposition. Now, someone help me understand. It is wrong for Raila Odinga to expel Jalan'go from William Ruto defecting to the UDA side. And I'm using the word defecting because I'm going to explain why I normally see it as defection. But it is very right for state house, or rather state machineries, to help Kega and Sabina Chege to eject Jeremiah Kioni from Jubilee Party, because Jubilee is in government and Kioni is associating with the opposition. Surely. Kuna zingine hata unafikiri unasema sasa hii ni nini sasa? You know, like some friend normally likes asking, hii ni nini? Let's pause there. We will look at the next aspect. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. We are doing this boy here is called Bryce Williams. We are doing appeal, a one-day appeal for medicine. He had brain tumor and was diagnosed. He's been on and off the hospital. So kuna dawa ambayo anahitaji, and that dawa ni dawa ambayo anameza, I think, daily. So there is bit of some constraints. Hajameza for some time, and we were appealing, at least anything you can get itusaidie so that Bryce apate dawa. That money will be sent tomorrow. Now, Gathoni Mushomba, if you let's just look at it. Gathoni Mushomba was ejected from Parliamentary Committee on Coffee because she's not in good terms with UDA. You know, and that is right. As we speak, UDA party is forcing Ford Kenya and ANC to fold those parties, calling those parties small parties, so that they can join the big party against their wish. And it is political dissent. It is politically decent. But on this other side, things are not right. Which highest level of political hypocrisy is that? Rift Valley MPs who were quiet when Mandago was involved in the education scholarship scam with the parents are getting voices to speak about how Raila has ejected Jalan'go, and Mount Kenya leaders who recently was silenced and could not utter even a statement on 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote, seems to have forgotten about things they need to look at about Mount Kenya and are more interested about political party. Let me tell you, Ruto and Rigathi are heading to Nyeri on Saturday, this Saturday. I'll not be shocked if I see, or rather if I realize, that they will go to Mount Kenya and speak about this MPs ejected. You know, it has gotten the way. And there is one thing to it, which no one is saying. Whether they survive through the legal means or not, but the truth of the matter here is acrimony is planted, and that is the plan. When the acrimony is planted, likelihood of you not even getting that seat again is very high. What you're not being told, and I want to debunk that notion that Jalan'go, Ojenda, Elisha, Ochanda are being ejected because of meeting William Ruto. Remember, the ODM party has internal disciplinary committee. So this disciplinary committee summoned these leaders, and they did not appear before that committee. Instead, they brought excuses that when they go there, they will be harassed. And so they were changing venues, that we want to go and meet in Hotel X, Hotel Y, while the party has an office with all the structures. They had an option of asking William Ruto to give them security so that they will be escorted there and appear before that. They did not appear. Number two, it was not just the State House. Since then, there are many events where William Ruto is launching a project in Kilifi. It's not associated anywhere with anything to do with what's going on here. And then you see them there. Just recently, the finance bill, apart from the rampant bribing that happened in the National Assembly, some of these MPs also voted overwhelmingly against the party position. There have been a push for changing party leadership, leadership of the House, minority leadership in the House. Some of these people have been defying party positions. There have been PGs and some meetings that have been called by the party. Some of these fellows have been skipping those meetings. So it is a whole lot. You don't need to go and say, I have defected, for people to see you've defected. Now, I want to finish by saying this, that if Kenya Kwanza will walk out of bipartisan talks because of party discipline, so be it. You know, so be it. What is the difference? If we are talking about strengthening political parties, and we cannot tie the strong knot on such loose ends where people are just doing party hopping. Well, the law is very clear that if you left one party and go to the other, the best thing you need to do is you need to resign from that party that sponsored you and pick the new party and seek fresh mandate. That is what the law is. Even though politicians have found ways of, taking turns and twists around it, but that is the reality. Now, bipartisan talks is not a favor and is not a sympathy. And I want to say this. Why people asked, why do you think before even these people expelled from the party, I'm very sure that the political advisors of Raila told him very well that it will be understood as if you don't want William Ruto. Do you think that one doesn't need magical science to understand that interpretation of the country will be that Raila is simply showing that he doesn't want William Ruto, or rather he doesn't support bipartisan talks. So it's very clear that Raila knows very well that Ruto is more committed on even those talks than any other person. But two, Mount Kenya politicians are hatching every little avenue around to scuttle the talks. And this could maybe give them an impetus to think about it. At the end of it all, party discipline. We must respect the party discipline. As UDA says they want to make a party like Communist Party, of China, it must be agreed that the building blocks of a strong political party system must start with the good and strong legal framework. Thank you.